So now, if you have bangs, you have an extra step. Okay, so now you're gonna draw the middle line from like the tip of the nose and make a center part. Center, yeah. So it'll take a second for the bangs to settle down. So for now, you can just pin them. And so when you do the hair, here, just swivel around. You're going to want to make sure that it is in the center of their head and at the nape of the neck. So I'm just going to turn her this way. You're going to smooth it out. No lumps, low ponytail. And again, you're going to make sure it's in the center of the head and just, yeah, tight. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and go to town on her bangs. Sometimes it helps to twist them a bit. You have to keep your head straight. If you don't have bangs, you can forward through this part. I don't remember her like that. Okay, so now we have the bangs kind of back. Now what you're gonna do is, here, turn. I'm gonna take the donut and put it through. And then we're gonna grab some of these U-pins and pin the donut in place to her head, putting them like that. Keep it straight. So now the bun is somewhat in place. Now what you're gonna do is you are going to put your head down. You're gonna flip their head, put it down even lower, and you're gonna spread the hair around the bun. Okay, so now the hair is spread all around the bun. I'm gonna take another rubber band and I'm gonna put it around the bun. Now it looks something like this. Okay, and you have the hair spread all around. You're gonna divide it into two sections. I'm gonna take one side. This side happens to have a little bit more, so I'm just gonna twist it around, bring it here, and then put a big pin on this side. And then I'm gonna do the same thing with this side, twist it a bit, and bring it around. And I'm gonna put a pin on this side. And then I'm gonna take this that I have here, twist it a little bit, and bring it around the top, and put a pin here. Put a few pins until the edges are down. And don't worry if your pins go into their head, just makes them smarter. Just kidding. Okay, so you're gonna take this side now and then do the same thing. Pin those edges down. Okay, so now, if you can see, everything's more or less pinned down. I'm gonna take a few more U-pins and just kind of get everything a little neater. Okay, so now is when you wanna take the hairnet. You'll need a few of these. Scoop up all the hair. You're gonna it's pretty big, and so you're gonna just twist it. And so then you can use it a few times. I'm gonna do one more because I kind of got this part, but I didn't get as much of the edges. So I got this edge, turn this way. This edge is covered, and then turn this way. That edge is covered. And, oh, 1 second. Now I brought it to the bottom, twisted it, and then bring it back up so it covers the whole thing. This is what it looks like from the front. This is what it looks like from the side and from the back. Put your chokers on before you start the hair. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put on the Nettichutti. Okay, the Nettichutti looks like this. So what you're gonna need to lay it down is some black thread. Yeah, yarn is good. Okay, so you're gonna lay this along the line of the parting that you made that was perfectly in the center of their head. And you want this thing to be, it depends on the size of their forehead. She has like a medium-sized forehead, so I'm gonna, if I put it too low, one second, if I put it too low, see, it looks like it's covering too much. And if I put it too high, then it's like a headband. So you want it to fall on their forehead such that it, you know, is proportional. But I leave that to your judgment. And then, Rumi, can you hold it in the center? Hold it here and one hand here at the top, yeah. And then you're gonna take the yarn and then you're gonna put it here, let go of that hand. Can you hold it with this hand? Hold, yeah, hold right here. Yep. And then you're gonna take the yarn, you're gonna bring it around the head, and then keep holding, keep holding. You're gonna cross in the back, under the bun, bring it on top of the bun, and tie a bow. Everything should be really tight. So let's face the front and see what happened. Okay, yeah, does it feel tight? Move your head. Yeah, so this we'll handle later. For those who are using the sun and the moon, the sun, which is the full circle, is gonna go on the right side. So you're gonna put it here and here, just kind of symmetrically. And then same procedure. We have the strings, which in this case are uneven, but they should not be. And we're gonna do the same thing, tie it around the bun. If you have one side that's longer, you can bring it around and tie it wherever you can. So the next thing we're gonna do is we have the top bun. If you have a jewel, the rakuri, you're gonna sew it onto the top bun, place it here, and then take a needle and stitch it all around. What I'm showing you is like the full way, but there's a shortcut, which is to have your bun with the rakuri sewn on and your flowers already attached, in which case all you have to do is stick it on the head and put pins. For now, we're gonna do it this way. So we're gonna take the bun. You're not gonna put it up too high because then it's gonna be like they have a big thing on their head. You also don't wanna put it low, otherwise you won't see it. So you're gonna aim kind of where the Nettichutti finishes, about there. Put it there. Can you hold that in place? And I'm gonna take bun pins. For the smaller bun, if you get small U-pins, it's helpful. Also make sure that it's centered. So if you're doing this in front of a mirror, it's helpful. And again, this you're gonna wanna also put quite a few pins to make sure it's tight, because last thing we want is a bun falling off the head while they're dancing. And then you're going to take a white strand of flowers and put this around the top. You're gonna turn around. So I'm taking this, I'm wrapping it around here, keep your chin up, and then I'm pinning the ends down with one of those, with these pins, the bobby pins. Face the front. And then it might be a good idea to put some U-pins around the edges as well. Okay, so I'm gonna take another set and I'm gonna put them down here. If you want, if it's the same, I mean, if it can go all the way around, you can also start from the bottom. That's easier to pin on top. But you want to make sure that the circle closes. So if your flowers are not long enough, then put them the other way so the ends meet down here. But you just want to make sure that the bun is covered with the flowers. And then I take an orange pear and do the same thing. See, this one, it doesn't meet on top properly, so I'm going to go the other way so that the top is full. And then it's okay if it doesn't fully meet on the bottom. One on this side. And one on this side. And then just to be safe, I take a few bun pins and kind of secure them around. Okay, So this is what it looks like in the back. And this is what it looks like from the front. If you can't see, her head is quite like round and large, so like you can't really see, I say in the best way possible, you can't really see the flowers. And so if you have, depending on your head size, if it's a little more narrow, you might not need another layer. But for her, we're gonna do one more. So if I do one more, you can see the flowers a little better. So again, I'm gonna put it around and then pin it on this side and pin it on this side. But turn your head a little bit to the right and a little bit to the left so you can see them from both sides. So for the top layer of the orange, if this happens, you're gonna make sure you take one that's quite thin, and you're gonna kind of make sure it's not very fluffy, and then you're gonna put it around. So I'm gonna just turn her head. You can actually put your head down. You're gonna put it around this way. Pin one side down and the other side down. And this is all with the bobby pins because you want it to stay tight. You can, just to make sure it's secure, use a few bun pins to kind of get everything in place. And then use your hands to kind of fluff where you need to and put down where you need to. Okay, so these are Mattels, and these are called the jimikki. The jimikki comes in two parts. There's the stud, okay, and then the hangy part of the earring. So you're gonna take the stud, put the earring through like this, and then you're gonna take the Mattel has a few circles at the bottom. So you're gonna take the stud and put it through one of the circles, like that. So now you have your Mattel attached to your earring. I'm tired. You're gonna take a piece of yarn and you're gonna put it through, see there's little holes in the Mattel. So you're gonna thread that through and make a knot. So now this is your Mattel that is ready. The earring, the stud, the Mattel, and the yarn. You can, if you have a little bit of extra here, you can just cut it later. But now we're gonna get them onto her ears. So just put the earring in, and just for now, hold it in place. Can you just hold on to that? Okay, so we're having an issue with the earring on this side, so we'll just hold it for now, yeah? Can you just hold it in place? Okay, so what we're gonna do then, once we put the earring on both sides, we're gonna take the strings. Let me just hold this side down too. Yeah, and then we're gonna take the strings, cross on top, and then you're gonna tie it. Hang on. You're gonna tie it in the back. Generally, it's best to measure your string so that it's even on both sides, but we did not have that. The other thing you can do sometimes is do the ear. If you have a kid who doesn't have issues with like earrings, pain in their ears and all that stuff, you can put the earrings on before you do the flowers and the bun, so that way it sits at the bottom, and then you do the bun and flowers on top. Okay. Okay, you can smile for the camera. I'll hold it in place for you. Let go. Okay. We good? Okay, so the final touch, one of these nose rings, stick them in the nose, doesn't matter what side, and press. And there you go, Adamundi. No, I'm just kidding. Oh my God, this is the only time I'll be able to do this without her complaining. Ow! Oh, never mind.